Stream here today in just a few minutes. We are about 10 minutes away. And thanks to the bullshit that is coming from the mouths of Take-Two Interactive and Rockstar, I can't even say support, because if you ever dealt with Rockstar, you realize that Rockstar's help is no support. Basically, they have about as much validity calling themselves a technical support team as I would have to say probably a shit, I don't even know what. I can't even come up with a good one, to be honest. But basically, if you've ever dealt with Rockstar technical support, their technical support know-how would be something that I would expect out of maybe a first year, and I'm gonna restate this, a first year decision made to want to go into computers. Not a first year college student or first year high school or middle school student. I mean, they're 7 years old and they look up at their mommy and daddy and say, I want to be a computer tech. This is about the level of technical support know-how coming from the mouths of Rockstar support. They don't, if you ever have to open a ticket with them, they don't bother going into all kinds of crazy detail because they don't read the ticket. Basically, they're going to send you, they have about 2, possibly 3 knowledge-based articles that they're going to send out to you. Okay, now, if their 1 of 3 KBs don't work to solve your issue, you're going to have them request of you 2 log files. They'll tell you how to generate it, but when you submit your ticket, it actually tells you how to do it. So if you're like me, I submitted those logs when I submitted my complaint, my problem, the issue I was having. Didn't they go ahead and request it from me 4 times? And all 4 times, I put the logs in there? Even explained it better than they probably understand them? So they don't read the ticket. They don't know anything. Basically, if their precious KB doesn't work, their only thing they know how to do is uninstall, reinstall, which is something a 7-year-old knows how to do. And as far as this TTI bullshit, the TTI, the only time I've ever had trouble with LSPDFR and GTA is when TTI wants to have an update. When TTI gets it up their ass that they want to try to do something, this is when we have issues with GTA. I'm going back and forth. I have upgraded this thing to 1103 and downgraded it to 1032 just to try to get it to work like it used to before TTI wanted to be a jackass. So I'm going back and forth now trying to get this thing to damn work. If it goes up to 1103 by itself and it downplays thanks to RPH, then you wind up with memory leak errors. Then you fix that and you go in, but the game wants to try to update so much that eventually you're right back in the mess. And trying to block the GTA from your firewall, oh, that's impossible. Because if you have a Steam version of the game, Steam wants it to update. And there is no negotiation. At this point in time, TTI and Rockstar support can kiss my ass. Now, let's go see if we have a game that we're actually going to play today. No, of course not. We're only 53% done on the upcoming update. If it works, I'm going to be on version 1103. If it works, I'm going to be on version 1103. RPH version 54, since last time I ran 55 with 1103, it was doing nothing but error out on me. So I went back to 54, but then I was still getting some errors and still couldn't really play it. with about as much know-how that is in TTI, I really hope to God they knew law, which they apparently don't. I really hope they knew law, because at least they'd be smart in something they're talking about in the last 2 weeks. Apparently, it's all guesswork. And apparently, it's not good guesswork. If I had this kind of guesswork back in 2012 and 2013, when I was trying to find out what was wrong with my heart, I'd be a dead man if TTI was in charge. If TTI was in charge, I'd be dead right now. So, we're going to hope to God we have an episode up here. I'm going to go ahead and bring up the... bring up my sites. As I wait for the incompetent TTI and Rockstar support based game to maybe do something other than masturbate with itself. But just saying. And let me tell you, for those who don't know me, it takes a lot to get me to this point. It takes a lot to get me to this point where I'm this pissed off. This game is a great game. It's GTA. I never had a game that's more fun, and LSPDFR makes it that much better. But you know, no game is that you have to pay $60, or if you can get it half price for $30. No game, regardless of what the damn price, is worth this shit. So I'll check to see if we're up again, just to...
Careful if we're working on it. And that
Yeah, technically I don't have to even be on this page, actually. But I usually come here to... yeah, technically... what happens is I come here for this one, so I can easily pop out the chat room. There it is. Okay, so we got that popped out. Got my dispatch room. Good news is I got the live stream up. Bad news is we might not have a live stream. Hey. No, wouldn't do that to anyone. Yeah, wouldn't do that to anyone. We'll definitely have a stream. So... Isn't that fascinating? Okay, so we'll take a look here. Well, we might have a live stream, perhaps. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and stop this stream for now, and then I will pick back up, and hopefully we will be looking at Grand Theft Auto momentarily.